The opinions expressed are those of the program host and guest and are not those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. The phone lines are open. Call in with your questions and comments at 220-9788. That's 220-WSTU. It's time for Stuart Laser Talk with your host, Dr. Tred J. Razacker.
Lose weight than it is to keep weight off.
This is probably going to be the first generation of children who are going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
18% of our children right now are obese.
It's not only health, it's about survival and well-being of the United States as a nation.
You don't crave broccoli, and our generation has grown up craving a Big Mac.
I'm going to think that there's something better for me.
Unless we're able to control this epidemic, we're going to have an abundance of chronic disease.
All of us have to be part of the solution to reduce obesity.
The weight of the nation is out of control, but we can fix that.
If we don't now take this as a really urgent national priority, we are all going to pay a really serious price.
Obesity will crush the United States in oblivion.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Dr. Tred Razacker, and I want to introduce my board host today, Mr. Frank.
Hey, how you doing?
And he's a regular, but you're not the new reception. You're like the old one, right?
I think I'm the
both
old,
ways.
Yeah, a retread old guy. Yes.
I was covering my front desk the other day, and a couple clients came in and they said, "Oh, we have a new receptionist." I'm like, "No, actually, you have the old receptionist." And it's going to be very obvious that I don't know what I'm doing real quick here.
It's an interesting experience because Mike has a very busy morning schedule. So when he's on vacation, he invited me to fill in for him. I said, sure, why not?
I mean, he didn't leave you with that list of what you have to do at the exact times and which button to push, and that you have to put that little piece of toothpick in to hold the button down on this one, right? It's very unique. I think I remember this board. I think Tom Teeter fell on that board once.
He probably, I know it came over on the Mayflower. So
anyway, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, all you wonderful WSTU heads. In Rush Limbaugh, he calls them ditto heads, and I call them WSTU. I love Stuart heads.
Okay.
How does that sound?
It works for me.
Yep, absolutely. Some of the most intelligent people I know. Some of the most successful people that I know, the real leaders and shakers in our area, listen to WSTU. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening within my voice, just know that I think you're okay.
All right. Good.
There's actually hope for this world.
Yeah.
Because of talk radio.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I concur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Where else are you going to find out things? Where else?
Yeah.
What are you going to Google it with a slant towards who knows what?
Right. Right.
It used to be pretty, I used to love the internet. You just put on anything you want. It goes against how many people are searching for the topic. Well, that ended.
Yeah.
So with that said, I am here to carry a message of hope and healing to you today. Really, that's what I'm doing here. I'm qualified to do that also. I'm not a YouTube star. I'm not somebody that posted a whole bunch of stuff and is an influencer. I am a doctor. I went to college. My dad practiced for 49 years before me. I've been in practice now 32 years. I have seen face to face a lot of the same people, but 250,000 encounters in the last 27 years. Yeah, averaging about 15,000 new people, and it's more than just one shot. I don't just meet them one time, make a diagnosis, and move on.
Right.
This is chiropractors are, we're looking for a natural solution to very complex problems. So that requires, knowledge, practice, trying different things, seeing what works, what doesn't, speaking to clients and patients, finding out where they're at, working within their financial means. Who does that? In medicine?
That's true.
Right? If you don't, I remember, you might get in for the initial emergency, but you're not going to stay there very long if you don't have the coverage. So as a result of that, my experience is really much more well-rounded into what it takes to be healthy, and also what it takes to get sick and what you need to do if you are sick and you want to recover and repair yourself. What is a safe, sane option? Now, this is not first aid, although it could be first aid. We need first aid. You cut your leg and you have a bleeding femoral artery, you need first aid, right? But, and then the process is how did you get yourself in that position? What can you do to prevent that? And that's really where chiropractors and wellness practitioners and massage and gyms and all, even these radio shows, these talk shows. I know there's Dr. Shipe on the other sister station, and he's a pretty intelligent guy. He speaks very well, that's for sure. And I don't know too many other. We have any other doctors on the shows right now?
Yeah, in fact, I produce a show every Thursday called Paradox.
Paradox.
It's two doctors.
Oh, pair of docs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
A female and the male, right?
Yes.
And they're doing anti-aging. Is that?
No, actually, just general medicine, and they're concierge doctors.
Right. So they're promoting their concierge business.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So my question today, now, again, you're listening to the Slim Body Laser Spas Health and Wellness Show. My dig is using an FDA cleared laser aesthetic device, which are commonly available if you're a doctor. And this machine targets the surface fat, the subcutaneous fat, the stuff you can squeeze between your fingers, the stuff that fills up under your chin. It hangs off your arms. It spills over your waistband, called muffin top, or, it sticks out on the sides, called your love handle. And these areas of people a lot of people are very unhappy with how they look. They feel it looks disgusting. And it's really hard to target that outer fat with normal weight loss and exercise. I mean, let's just be upfront about this. It is darn almost impossible. So, liposuction used to be the deal. Liposuction for 30 years, it's been the number one, what people went to. And all of a sudden they started saying, if there was something better that's safer, why would I do lipo? I mean, and also they're starting to find out that the side effects of liposuction, the intentional effect, which is to remove tissue, to tighten skin, to do these procedures, actually can lead you to be not healthy because of the removal of tissue. And there's a phenomena after liposuction or any procedure which removes fatty tissue, is that the fat cells will grow back in other areas. It's called fat migration. It's called fat relocation. And it's really your body trying to build homeostasis back. Homeostasis is it's the yin and the yang. It's the chi.
It's the balance.
It's the balance, right? It's the walking and falling and walking and falling. That's how we walk. We're falling, and then we put our foot down.
Right.
And so, we're sleeping and we're awake. We have times when we're hungry, times when we're not. This is a universal law of homeostasis. And your fat cells, which we will call adipose tissue, but I'll still call them fat cells because you don't know what an adipose tissue is. And what happens is they are proving that your fatty tissue is part of your endocrine system, not just mindless containers to hold calories that you don't need right now.
It provides a function.
It is part of the endocrine system. Yeah. An endocrine system is that part of your body which produces chemical messengers to moderate, to mediate, to control functions, to control respiration, to control digestion, to control immunity, to control inflammation. These are chemical messengers produced by glands within the body. Pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, salivary glands, believe it or not. And also your fatty tissue produces these chemical messengers called cytokines, and they're inflammatory cytokines. It also produces hormones related to hunger and not being hungry. So there's certain hormones you produce which make you hungry, and certain ones that produce to tell you that you're done eating. One's called ghrelin, leptin. There's a whole bunch of different names. They're all trying to make them into medicines, because if I can give you that hormonal medicine which prevents you from eating, hey, we've just we've made $1 billion, but we're not have made you very healthy. And that's what my next topic is. And I came in this morning, and Mike is usually half tired. He's been up since 4 when he comes in. I give him a little chance to get a power nap before I start asking him really tough questions.
Okay.
But I offered Frank right away.
Yeah.
I said, Frank.
Yeah.
If I could offer you unlimited one, you can't have them both, but you can have one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Unlimited health or unlimited wealth.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
I'd take health.
Do my listeners agree with that? Let me ask you really honestly.
Yeah.
Unlimited wealth or unlimited health? What would it be? And I think anybody in front of other people who are going to judge them is going to say, well, I want health.
Yeah.
And one of the issues is that, but your actions aren't showing that.
Yeah.
Your actions and what you're doing and how you live your life doesn't show that. In fact, most people, wealth is more important than health.
Right.
And it's obvious just by looking at the statistics. And
I figure maybe they can buy a solution.
Yeehaw. There you go.
Yeah.
That's called utopia.
Mm-hmm.
That's the promise which is out there in the world that someday someone's going to pay for my health care.
Oh yeah.
Why should I?
Oh yeah.
This is
in my college too.
This is my right.
Yeah.
I'm on this planet to suffer is terrible. So why should I not? I was hitting that.
Yeah.
I was hitting the cutoff button there.
Yikes.
Let's move that over here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and the truth is it's really not a guaranteed. It's health is not it's a God-given right to be healthy, but it's something which isn't someone else's responsibility.
It's your responsibility.
Yeah. And with a few simple steps, foundational principles, you can regain your health.
Yeah.
You can maintain your health. And if you haven't gone too far out, you can actually restore your health. And that is really, really, really important. I mean, how many people here do you know anybody, Frank, that's ever died of cancer?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Couple. More than a couple, right?
Yeah. Mm.
How about heart disease?
Yep.
Lots, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about from a mass shooting in a school? You personally?
Yeah. No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
How many listeners out there? I mean, there might be somebody, but I think there was 83 or something that had died last month.
Yeah.
From a mass shooting in a school situation, and there's a lot of energy and money being spent to stop this, laws being changed. Do you know how many people died of heart disease last month? Like 80,000.
Yeah, 80,000.
80,000.
Yeah.
And, and 40,000, because half of that number died from cancer.
Right.
In 1 month.
Right.
In our area, in this area. Yet we really don't take the same amount of effort to change that.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is true. And, you're more likely to die from heart disease than in an auto accident. Yet they make you wear seat belts. They make you have all these CAFE standards to make cars safer, to prevent those accidents. Yet there's nobody watching you at the grocery store. Nobody watching you at the diner. There's nobody policing the size of the Doritos bag you have. Mm-hmm. Although in the utopian world that we're moving into, they'll probably do that someday.
Oh, yeah.
Or you're going to just be fined for it.
Right.
Because that Doritos bag is going to cost you points towards your health.
Right.
Because it's going to cost the company, the government, or whoever is paying for it to help you because you made a mistake. And don't think I'm wrong on this. You think that, universal health care paid for by taxation and by a group of people isn't going to come with some really strict standards.
Sure. Yeah. Whoever's paying the bills makes the rules.
That's right. I learned that a long time ago with my mommy. Mom, can I get? Yeah, you can. Here you go. Let me get that car for you, Tread. But here's the deal.
Yeah.
This is what you got to. Oh, I didn't know about that. Well, can I borrow $20? Yeah, but here's the deal. I need you to take this out. I was like, there's always a price to pay.
There always is. Yes.
And so, what I've done is at the Slim Body Laser Spa on East Ocean Boulevard, if you're tuning in, if you just tuned in, my business is using a laser to help with weight loss. And the laser itself does not cause you to lose weight. Let's be upfront about that. It is a surface fat, spot fat reduction, body shaping, skin tightening, get rid of bat wings, shrinking stomachs, getting rid of muffin tops without any surgery, without any downtime, without any pain compared to the other 10 procedures out there. I don't even have to name them. You're reading about them every day.
Yeah.
Every day they're in the news. And they're making these promises. Yet I would ask, if you came into my office, I could give you the last 25 people that signed up for my program and show you their results and where they're at with that without giving their names.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say that, try that at another center. Go into one of these other procedures where there's no guarantee.
Yeah,
it's owned by a doctor that you
Mhm.
haven't met.
Mhm.
It's a big group.
Yeah.
I think one of them is called Water's Edge. Okay. I had something in my throat. I'm sorry. And, you think that the authority, the licensure, the size of it, what is like Tim Ioannidis says, don't go there just because they have a new building. Right?
Right.
A guy Ioannidis, that's one of his famous lines on his advertising is, don't pick them because they have a new building downtown, pick it for result. And I'm not saying they don't have great results. Don't get me wrong, but they're now in the aesthetic business, and they're promoting these machines and these devices and these techniques that are designed for surface fat improvement, for tightening tummies, for getting rid of a little bit of, threads in the chin, resurfacing the face to get rid of little blemishes and stuff. And these are expensive procedures without a lot of people. I would want to know, all right, doc, so I'd like to talk to the last 50 people that did it, not the 3 people that you selected from your client base that had great results. I want to talk about the 5 or 6 that, maybe weren't as happy, but they won't give you that. Nobody does.
No.
So, it's called, I hate this word, transparency, like transparency. In other words, you should know that we have a history and a business model, and that this is what we do. And I feel so comfortable about it, because since you're paying up front, you deserve that transparency because you're paying up front.
Yeah. You're
not paying as you go.
That's true.
Right? You deserve it because it's hard to get your money back if you're unhappy once you paid.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck.
Right?
I've tried things I've done and didn't like.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And there's always buyer's remorse too.
Yes.
Most people, in fact, that's usually the biggest issue with most people is buyer's remorse. So with that said, I'm using this laser. It's 3 times a week for 3 weeks. You can lose 3 to 9 inches around your midsection, 2 to 3 inches in girth around your thighs, or 5 inches, 1 to 2 inches of girth around your arms. It can bring your triple chin up to a single chin in only 9 sessions in 3 weeks. There is no pain. There is no downtime. There's no surgery involved whatsoever. No pills to take, no injections to endure, no crazy meetings to attend. You don't have to become part of the group. You just lay on your back. We apply this non-invasive low-level laser, and it reduces the fat, and your body burns it naturally.
Yeah.
Which means you got to be a little hungry, because if you're not hungry, then you've eaten too much, and the extra calories the laser releases might be stored somewhere else. Not in a bad way, but it's just it's less effective. So for the slim body laser spot procedure to work, the first thing is you don't eat 2 hours before you come in. You don't eat 2 hours after the laser is applied. In that 4-hour time frame, the first 2 hours, you're starting to get hungry. You haven't eaten.
Yeah.
And now you're on the laser. It releases these stored calories in this outside fatty compartment that you're bummed about, that you can't change. Now it's trapped in there, and we move it into the visceral system, which is where you burn your energy using whole body vibration. So you lay on the laser for 30, you don't eat for 2 hours, lay on the laser for 30 minutes, 10 minutes of whole body vibration. And this procedure, and I'm going to explain exactly what whole body vibration is here today near the, pretty soon. It's going fast.
It is.
And,
through.
And so what that does is that basically improves your circulation, and it flushes out those stored calories and moves them into your peripheral into your lymphatic system, which then goes into the liver and it's converted to energy. And since you haven't eaten in 2 hours and you're not going to eat for 2 hours more, you're going to burn the 600 calories as fuel over the next 2 hours following the procedure. Each time, now that's very different than my competitors. I don't have any competitors. That's very different than the other procedures because they're not competitors. If they were, we wouldn't be here for 11 years.
That's true.
Because there's some pretty powerful groups, those Water's Edge, those guys are big, man.
Yeah.
What do they got? 25 locations or something?
They're monsters. Yeah.
By the way, I use Water's Edge, just so you know that, for my dermatological needs. Absolutely. But, so it's something that is just, it's rocking successful. It's reasonably priced. Our fee for the, and what happens is, so now when we go through this process with somebody and we're shrinking the fat, it's coming off. A lot of people want to lose weight at the same time. Some don't, but many do. When you want to lose weight along with the laser, we have a program, a nutritional program, which is developed from day one when you sign up, even just for surface fat reduction. We go over your history. You do a nutritional evaluation. You sit down with me. I put you on this wonderful machine called a bioimpedance analysis machine. It basically measures your body fat percentage compared to your mass. 20% is good. 25 is right at the top of being normal weight. 25 to 30% is considered overweight. 30 to 40% is considered obesity. 40 up to 50 and 60% is basically considered morbid obesity or death. I mean, you're in big trouble if you're 47% body fat. That machine calculates that. At the same time, we start encouraging better habits. We give you a daily journal. You write down what you eat. We give you a basic meal plan developed by what you told us on your nutritional evaluation. Because, if you come from, God, I don't want to sound racist, but if you come from a group that they like a certain type of food, and you change that, they're not going to do it for very long.
Right.
And
we all have our comfort foods.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I would say we have foods that are indigenous to us, and what we, if you come from Thailand, my wife's from Thailand, it better be spicy.
Yeah. See,
or they won't eat it.
My wife is a fish eater. She loves fish. If you took fish out of her diet, it would break her heart.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that goes with a lot of Latinos from Central America. They have diets very high in rice and beans and not a lot of vegetables.
Right.
They don't have big salads that I've seen.
Right.
There's a lot of processed food. But anyway, so the diet plan I'm doing at the Slim Body is really based on you and what works for you, because you've given us that information, and we have the 4 weeks of the laser plan to work with you. And then what comes out of the end, what the end product is, not a sausage.
Yeah.
It's not. Ew. Where does that come from?
There's a visual image.
I don't know. It doesn't come out of the machine in a tube as a sausage. No.
Wow.
You come out as a wonderfully educated, thinner person to start with, just from the laser. And now you've got the tools and the skill set to move forward with getting a better result from your life on your own. If you need to lean back in, come back in for some treatments, you're now an alumni. You can get the visits at 66% discount than you did when you started. And you can stay with us in and out as much as you want, back and forth. You don't ever have to be a sausage.
Nice.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Just, nobody wants to be a sausage.
No.
Anyway, hey, I got this card was given to me 10-2, and I'm gonna have Frank say, is that really, does it written to me?
Oh yes, absolutely.
And the date 10-2, and it says what? Thank you on it. Okay, so I'm not making this up.
Card, yeah.
Dr. Tret. I posted this on my Facebook, by the way. You can see it. Thank you for your knowledge and passion on helping people get healthier. In the past 3 months, I have lost 8 inches in my abdomen and 17 pounds.
Wow.
I couldn't have done this on my own. I've learned a lot from your spa, and my goal is to continue losing a pound a week. Oh, I love that. She got it.
Yeah.
Her name is Marge Bailey. Marge is 63, 64.
Okay.
About 5'2", 5'3".
Yeah.
under 100, under 200 pounds. Let's put it that way. I don't want to be exact.
Right.
And to say that this was incredibly motivating for her and life-changing is an understatement.
Yeah.
You know, nobody is helping these people, really. I mean, I think they're waiting for them just to get sick, and then they can make money on them through the medical system.
Yeah.
Which is where your universal healthcare is going to go, you know? So that was great. And she actually wrote a card to all of my staff and wrote it out specifically for what they did for her.
Wow.
Which was really nice.
Yeah.
So we got hundreds of these. Well, I have 450 on the walls right now. So if you want to come in and you'd like a free consultation with me, you're
And
more
read
than
the
welcome.
wall. Yeah.
You can read the wall. You can also go to my YouTube channel, Slim Body Laser Spa. If you go to slimbodylaserspa.com and you click on the YouTube icon, the social icon, it'll show up some of my YouTube videos. And then I'm starting to put in the remarks a link where you can book me.
Nice.
So it's you click on it, it gives you hours and choices 2 weeks out. And once you do it, it books you in my system, and you got a 30-minute consultation with me at this time at no charge. Now, we might change that if it's abused.
Yeah.
But right now, that's how you can do it. I'll either can do it on the telephone or I can do it face-to-face.
Nice.
It's wonderful. So, I'm going to take a little break real quick.
Okay.
And we're going to watch a little horror show that Frank seems to have on as he's talking to me.
I got Young Frankenstein queued up.
Oh my God. That's such an incredible. I can't think of it. What is it? Igor, where he moves the hump to one side to the other, right?
Yeah.
Your hump moved, Igor.
I got my favorite scene coming up. So stay tuned.
Now back to Stuart Laser Talk here on WSTU 1450. And back to your host, Dr. Tred J. Rosacker.
Abby someone. Abby someone. Abby who? Abby normal. Abby normal.
Are we watching
I'm
a
almost
little
sure that
on my
was
time
right.
here? Okay. Yeah, I love it.
Little Abby Normal there. I was feeling a little Abby Normal.
Be
this
normal,
morning.
huh? Yes. Halloween. My birthday is October 16th. So this is a big month for me.
Mhm.
I still love Halloween.
Sure.
It's one of the few times you can go in as a ghost and crash parties that nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember my friend, he fell over the parking little thing. He bumped and he kind of bopped his face, and not knowing it, but he ended up with blood on the front of his ghost costume, of his sheet.
Oh,
didn't know it.
Didn't know it.
Yeah, didn't know it.
But
Like,
it fit in
it
real
fit
well.
in perfectly. Yeah.
Amazing.
No, I've had some memorable Halloween experiences.
I
Oh
bet.
my God. Winning costume contests.
Oh, cool.
We dressed as psycho dinosaurs. My brother is an incredible, very creative person, Dr. Todd. And he took the painter suit that you would use for painting, the full face, that
All
zip
right.
up.
Mhm.
And then he painted it like a lizard, like actually it was a dinosaur, but
Okay.
it looked more like a lizard
Yeah.
with the green scales and the white belly. And then he took the foam rubber from a car seat that you would lay that big side of the seat,
Yeah.
and he made the ridges on the back
Okay.
and stitched it to it and up on the top of the head too with like this fin,
Yeah.
and then the tail that went all the way off the back. And he made two of them.
Wow.
So we went out the first night with these big feet and we put pillows in our stomachs
Right.
and we hopped like
Like
dinosaurs,
rabbits.
like rabbits kind of, because
Yeah.
and we did a little skit where we did because they're contests and people clap.
Yeah.
So I set up a little skit that I kind of scooted down and jumped up, and then we ran at each other and we bounced our stomachs together. And as I started doing the dance, he pulls out a little foam rubber thing. It says, "Dance, dance," and then of course it says, "Sex, sex." So he flipped it back and forth while I did my dinosaur dance.
Oh, nice.
Dude, we were taking first, second, and third, and just about everywhere we went. I blew out my knee at the end of that week. I limped for a year because I was hopping around in that
Oh my God.
dinosaur suit. We finally, they called us the funky chick. We looked like chickens is what it did.
Sure.
Until then we put these big things on the side that made it look like we were dinosaurs, lizards.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of many.
I love it.
Okay, let's get back
Good
to why
stuff.
we're here. I'm here to help you so you don't have to dress up like a ghoul in real life.
Right.
You don't have to look like the 700-pound man, circus man anymore. You just come on in. We'll get that weight off. So listen, you can lose 3 to 9 inches using the newest lipo laser technology. This is not cool sculpting, people. This is not Safe Sculpt. This is not Sculpture. This is not Power Shape. This is not Vela Shape. This is not Slim Trim. And I could go on and on. All of those procedures damage tissue in an attempt to reduce the fatty layer. They destroy the tissue. They kill it, they freeze it, they heat it, they shock it, they send electrical currents through it under the belief that you're going to be a healthier they know you're not going to be healthier, that you'll have a reduction and be happy because it's not going to come back. Well, let me tell you, fat migration is here and not going to go away.
Yeah.
Fat migration, fat relocation. And what that means is when you remove tissue, fatty tissue, in even small amounts, even the amount of a small paper cup, the body senses
It recognizes
that the
something's
homeostasis
changed.
is wrong. And in order to make up that difference, it will overpopulate other areas, become hypertrophy, which is abnormal cell growth. And it might happen around your chin. It could happen. It happens a lot around women, around their breasts, not on the front, but on the sides, because of the activity of that tissue. And when they do the liposuction or they do the Safe Sculpt or they do the fat freezing, 1 year later or less or longer, they can grow these very abnormal fatty deposits. If you're suffering with that, listen to me. I can help you with that. I can put that laser on those fatty deposits that have accumulated from your procedure and shrink it down and flatten it out and smooth it out better than anybody else. 100%. I stake my whole reputation on that. That is easy. Don't go back to the guy and say, "Can you put that thing on me again?" and try to do it again. You're just losing. It's just wasting time and energy. It didn't work the first time. Why do you think it's going to work the second time? And so I have a book specifically of people that we rescued from lipo gone bad. or no, lipo done properly over time that looked unsightly. Let's say that, because they're not all bad. I mean, they're happy and for a little while with their clothes on. Hey, look at that. I'm looking better. Ooh, what's that big gap, that big scar? Oh, well, I didn't think you saw that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we're trying to change that. And for that reason, 9 sessions in 3 weeks is our plan. It includes nutritional consultation. It includes the BMI, the BMR, help you with your food. It includes whole body vibration. It includes the detox supplements. What? Detox?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
What's
I'm
going on?
I'm going to get the poopies.
What's going
I'm going to
on?
get the poopy all day. I don't want to do that.
No.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It's not a poopy detox. It's a blood purifier. It's herbs that you take in the morning and the evening. And what they do is when you do the laser and it releases the stored calories, it also kicks toxins into the system, mainly petroleum toxins, fat soluble, things you can't get rid of on your own. And these herbs bind and grab onto these and allow you to carry it out through the urine. So each time you do the laser, you're getting rid of some fat through eating, through the natural process. But these toxins, which are locked up and protected by the fatty layer, are now released and binded with these herbs, and you move them through the urine. You pee them out. So I don't expect most of you to know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, unless you went to college a long time and did dissection like I did. So let me make this really simple for you. Okay. You know what salt is, right, Frank?
Oh, yeah.
Salt is sodium chloride, NaCl, essential. It's not a nutrient, but it's an essential element that we need for life.
Yeah.
Without salt, everything fails to work for us. Well, do you know that if you cleave salt into what it's made of, which is sodium and chlorine, very toxic stuff.
Yeah.
If you take chlorine gas, you die.
Yeah.
Right? If you take sodium, Na, and it's a white cheesy like substance, it looks like wax. You take a little sliver off, drop it in water, the stuff explodes. I don't mean a little bit. I mean, pop right in front of you. We'll spray it all over your shirt, everything.
Wow.
I did it. We did it in college in chemistry.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, whoa, that was pretty violent,
Right?
Well, wait a minute. So when we mix them together in this beaker, now I got salt, which you can't blow up. So this is the magic of combining elements.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is most of the toxic residuals that are bad for your health are considered free radicals. In other words, these are chemical compounds which are looking to grab on to other things to make very abnormal, bad molecules in your body. And you can tell free radical building just by pinching your skin. So if you're, when you're younger, you have a good immune system, you're getting lots of nutrients, and free radical damage is minimized because of the nutrients in your health. And you can tell by pinching your skin. If you take the skin above your palm, put your hand down, pinch the skin and pull up on that skin fold, and then let go, how fast it goes down tells you how cross-linked you are. And this cross-linking or this free radical development of these things is the same thing that ages rubber outside.
Okay.
So if you leave your tires outside and they get cracked and they get dried out and then they break apart, that's the same mechanism that's happening to your body. So this damage, what happens is when these chemicals and these things are ingested and we're exposed to them and they collect in our body stores them in the fatty tissue. It doesn't allow it to be floating through your bloodstream. So there's a direct relationship, quantity of toxin and fat to protect it. So you've got a certain amount of toxin and you must have a certain amount of fat to protect it. And this is not because you need to eat more because you're starvation. You're not doing this for food insecurity. You got a lot of food. You're holding a certain level of body fat because of the toxin that you're being exposed to. Now, there's no mechanism to get rid of poisons without a lot of help. And there are ways to do it, but you need to DM me for that. Direct message me for that because it's extensive. And there's ways of getting rid of petroleum-based products from your body, these heavy metals. It's not, it's a very extensive program. We do part of it through Slim Body using the laser and vibration and also the detox supplements. But just know that your body has no mechanism to get rid of petroleum. Now, why is that? We're very intelligent. Our bodies have survived all these years. We've made it on this planet for gazillions of years.
Right.
I'll give you an example of how long we've been here. Think of the world, the timeline of the Earth. How long what we believe when the Earth was developed to where we are today.
Right.
Picture it being a 20-story. Picture the Washington Monument.
Okay.
How big that is.
Yeah.
If that was, I think it's 20 stories.
Yeah.
21 or 22 stories high.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long humans have been on the planet? If you had the size, it's the thickness of a dime. Wow. That's all.
Yeah.
The thickness of a dime at the top of that 20-story building. Do you know how long we've been able to speak? The thickness of a postage stamp.
Wow.
We're new here, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
We haven't had the gazillions of years of evolution to allow us to adapt to this toxic world. Now, why is it so toxic? I was reading the other day about the history of oil,
Yeah.
What's the guy? Rockefeller, and the first person to find it. They discovered oil in 164 years ago in Pennsylvania.
That's right.
They found the crude.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that, when it came out of the ground, he looked at it and he grabbed it. He went, oh, he goes, I'm going to put this stuff in everything. I'm going to make it into clothes, rayon and nylon. I'm going to make it into how you hold your food and protect it, plastics,
Right.
I'm going to put it in, it's going to power all the, everything that moves and swims and drives in the air and flies in the water. I'm going to use it to power that. And I'm going to also put it into makeup. I'm going to put it into hair shampoos. I'm going to paint all the buildings with it.
Yeah.
Right. Lead, paint,
Sure.
paints.
Sure.
And I'm also, now I hate these dirt roads. I'm going to make all the roads with it.
Sure.
Out of this.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And I'm only getting started. I'm also going to put out forest fires with it when they do the flame retardant.
Mhm.
And, so you wonder why we're ingesting petroleum? It's going into our system.
Right.
We do not have the mechanism to get rid of it. Let's be honest. I mean, a little bit, otherwise we would be dead.
Right.
But that it's persistent exposure, which is the key.
Right.
It's not so much that you realize you're being poisoned. It's the frog in the hot water.
Yeah. Yeah.
You start very slow. They don't know it's getting hot. By the time it's too late, they can't get out.
Right.
Now, if you turn it up real, drop them in, they pop right out.
Right.
So there you go, people. So if you're losing weight and you have not embraced detoxification, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you were directed by a doctor to lose weight and were not detoxed at the same time, that doctor did you a disservice, because they need to know. They need to be up on their game.
Right.
Because they made money on your business. They gave you the recommendations. You lost inches or you lost weight, and now you're unhappy. You're craving carbs. You're getting night sweats. Everything isn't quite the same. I'm sleeping more. These are the signs of toxins that are no longer protected. Now they're free flowing. Now there's no protective layer.
Mm.
And what'll happen is you will go back to eating again, because that's how we make fat.
Yeah.
And it's a instantaneous gratification kind of thing.
Yeah.
You make fat in 4 hours, not 2 weeks. Think about that.
Wow. That's
4
huge.
hours.
That's huge.
Right. Your body only needs 400 or 500 calories for like the next 5 or 6 hours. If you eat a meal that's 2,000 calories and your body only needs 400 to 500 to work,
Yeah,
the other
got to go into
the other
storage.
1,500, because if it didn't go into storage, that means you have diabetes. It's not being absorbed, so it goes into storage that day. So you make 1,500 calories of fat. 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories. Let me tell you, there's people out there that can eat 3,000 to 6,000 calories every single day.
Yeah,
it's not that hard. Denny's Grand Slam breakfast, about 1,600 calories.
Wow, it's that
Yeah,
much.
Yeah, and if you have a big cafe latte, vanilla, whatever that thing is at Starbucks, the big one,
Yeah.
the tall, the vent, I don't even know the names of them.
Yeah, me either.
That thing's like 700 calories.
Good night.
Right there. Yeah, your a big soda's almost 1,000 calories. So now you're not even at lunch yet.
Yeah.
So now you're over 2,200. So then you have you go to the not the Whistle stuff. What is that? The Firehouse subs.
Oh yeah.
And you get that big cheese thing.
Oh.
Another 1,800 calories right there. The 12-inch cheese with the A1 sauce on it. That's about 1,500 to 1,800. So now you're well over 3,500 calories to 4,000, and you're not even at dinner yet.
Good God.
Now you got dinner,
right? And a cocktail.
That goes without saying. Right. So now you're up to another 1,500 if it's just a meal, plus your drinks and these other things. And dude, you're over 6,000 calories. You only burned about 2,000 calories for the whole day, and that's exercising. So where do you think the other 4,000? You made a pound of fat that day. Now, here's the sobering experience. If you want to lose that pound of fat, it'll take you 2 months. Really?
Wow.
Because that's how efficient the body is at not giving that up. Once it goes into the fat store, it is now socked away for the end of life.
Right.
Not because you decided to run the bridge today.
Right.
That is stored energy called glycogen.
Mm-hmm.
That's 20% of your body's weight, of your liver is glycogen. 18,000 calories of glycogen is tied up in your musculature. So when you need energy, you're not going to fat. You got to be hungry to burn fat.
Right.
When you need energy to run, to get out of something, you're going to glycogen. So that day that you thought was a cheat day and you overindulged and ate half a pizza.
Right.
I've done that.
Right.
I've eaten a whole pizza. Okay. I remember being in my 20s and
you
challenging myself to do that.
Yeah.
It took a little training.
You have to work up to it.
It wasn't a Carmelis pizza. I promise you that. It was like the New York pizza, Big Apple.
Yeah.
Not quite as much. But anyway, all of a sudden, you and you're fat. I don't know.
Yeah.
So listen, guys, one of the things I want to talk about, I got just a couple minutes here, is whole body vibration. Now, if you want something that you can bring home, set up today, use it 10 minutes a day, every day, just standing on it for 10 minutes a day. If you clean up your diet and do a little better with nutrition, you'll burn about a pound of fat a week from that whole body vibration.
Wow.
So 52 weeks, that's 52 pounds if you clean up your diet.
Right.
But this is not, I'm not talking extreme weight loss here. I'm talking just eat the right protein, stay away from empty carbs, cut down on the sugar, stay away from the white flour products, and stand on a whole body vibration plate, 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, you're going to strengthen your long bones. You can reverse osteoporosis in 10 minutes standing on a vibration plate after 2 or 3 months of doing it. You can help improve your circulation in your feet. 20 to 40% increase of circulation in your feet and lower extremities just by standing on the plate. You can sit in a chair, put your feet on the plate, let it go up and down, and you're going to have a 10 to a 15% increase in circulation to your feet. Now, if you're over 60, and many of you are, your circulation sucks in your feet.
Right.
You know it. Come on. Your feet are swollen. They thump. They pound. You're at the podiatrist. You're having hangnails cut off. That is a circulatory problem. These vibration plates for $1,000 or $1,200, you can just put your feet on it. And this is not like the thing you get, the Home Medic thing, where you put your feet. It's like a little vibrator,
right?
Like the quarter on the bed. This is a hyper acceleration plate, and it moves your feet up and down about 10 millimeters very quick. And then you can stand up a little bit. You can sit down. If you want to find out more about whole body vibration, I got plates at my office. This is new technology. You can come into the spa this week, right now, get in your car, come down. I will demonstrate whole body vibration to you. You can see the machine. You can determine if it's something that's beneficial to you. We have payment plans for them. You don't have to come up with all the money up front. Do me a favor, make my day. I bet the staff that nobody would call about the vibration plate today. So make me a liar. Give us a call.
Amazing. How much they can use that on the space station for the astronauts?
Well, that's what they were designed for that.
Yeah.
But they tied them down to it.
Yes, they have to.
Because gravity fixes that for us.
You need gravity. Yeah.
Right. So we wrapping it up here. I hear
Yeah.
the music kind of in the background.
Yeah.
All right. So you're listening to the Slim Body Laser Spa. I appreciate you a lot. I will be here next week. My phone number is 772-223-5885, or go online, drtred.com, or get in your rickshaw, take your skateboard, ride your 2-person bicycle, come to the spa, stand on vibration, enjoy your day.
All right.
I think we're out of time.
All right.
God bless you all.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.